Super Smash Bros. Brawl introduced a new mode which allowed you to make your own levels with a finite amount of blocks and other objects. I sunk countless hours into this mode, milking the same objects over and over, trying to come up with a new stage idea crazier than the last. It's one of my fondest memories of the Wii era, but the idea has yet to have been expanded upon. In Super Smash Bros. For Wii U, a stage builder is present but seemingly dormant of any creativity and charm the original stage builder had to offer. So let's make a few comparisons between the two and really find out what the issue is here. The predominant building material in Brawl's stage builder is blocks, and the mode is grid-based, so it's pretty easy to realize whatever idea you have for a stage design. The style of block you use and some other objects depends on the background of your level. There's other types of blocks too, like ice blocks and blocks that fall down after you step on them. It's pretty easy to get acquainted with the tools at your disposal and make some interesting stuff. However, Super Smash Bros. For Wii U takes this concept and throws it out the window for no reason. Instead, you create platforms by drawing them on the gamepad. While it sounds like a novel idea at first, you'll quickly realize just how bare bones and uninspired this mechanic is. Drawing your own platforms takes precision. Precision not everyone has the patience for. The way you have to draw is a little wonky, which isn't a good thing when it comes to building a stage. And it's really hard to get right angles, and to get things looking symmetrical. Most of the time you kinda just have to settle for an uglier version of what you had in your head. Now, I don't hate the concept, but the execution falls flat because there doesn't seem to be any thought put into how difficult the tool is to use. If implemented in an easier to use way, maybe they could have saved the mechanic. But as it stands, it's just a janky, half-baked drawing tool. Super Smash Bros. Brawl had a wide variety of objects to choose from, and they somehow managed to know just what types of things were the most fun to mess around with. Super Smash Bros. For Wii U, on the other hand, has a whopping 8 objects you can place. But there are basically only 4 objects repeated twice, just in different sizes. Now I'm not saying you can't do a lot with a little, but this is a downgrade in every way from Brawl's sprawling object selection. Some of these choices don't even make sense, like who wants to put a cannon or lava in their Smash Bros. Stage? Where are the falling blocks or decorative objects? There is one improvement though, and that's the floating platforms. It's nice to be able to set the starting point and end point of these things, but in the context of the rest of the stage builder, this improvement is just a flash in the pan. In Brawl, you had a limited number of objects you could place. This was called your weight. The more stuff you had, the more the weight bar would fill up. If it filled up, you had to delete some objects in order to place new ones. This was probably put in place so you didn't make any game-breaking abominations. But it is disappointing not being able to put as many objects in a level as you want. In Super Smash Bros. For Wii U, the weight limit is still present, but it's barely noticeable. However, I credit this mainly to the fact that placing objects in this game isn't fun at all. Backgrounds are a big part of building a stage in Brawl. Not only does it affect the objects you're placing, but it's what everybody sees when they're fighting. Now, the selection isn't the largest, but there is a good variety going on here. Super Smash Bros. For Wii U doesn't improve anything here. It has different backgrounds than Brawl, but it doesn't have many more than Brawl. It also doesn't have background-specific objects to place, so pretty much every object you place looks silly in the environment. It's a shame that they've tarnished the name of Stage Builder in Smash, but that shouldn't keep the feature from returning in future releases. I just hope that if it returns, it'll be improved upon. Here are some of my ideas on what they could do to fix it. Bring back the grid. It's easy to use, and it's helpful in keeping everything symmetrical and neat. The amount of objects present in Super Smash Bros. For Wii U is pitiful. Just bring back all the objects from Brawl, add the ones from Super Smash Bros. For Wii U, and sprinkle in a couple others, and it's already an improvement. They've played around with the idea of themes in the form of having certain block types available with certain backgrounds, but this is a concept that is begging to be expanded upon. Bringing back the background-specific objects from Brawl would be a good first step, and maybe add in some purely decorative objects to help flesh it out. We don't need the white bar, just make it so that when you fill up the screen, that's when you can't place any more objects. I didn't really touch on this that much earlier, but the rules on where you're allowed to place objects in Super Smash Bros. For Wii U is baffling. There doesn't need to be rules in place to keep the stage from being broken because A, you can always find a way to break a stage, and B, it's a custom stage, so who cares if they spawn on some floating platform. I know most people who play Super Smash Bros., especially competitively, don't even bother with the stage builder, but it's something I feel strongly about. I've made many great memories while goofing around in a stage builder. I just hope I'm able to make more in a stage builder that isn't a smoldering pile of garbage. There are some theories floating around right now that Super Smash Bros. Ultimate might be getting a stage builder in an upcoming update. So here's hoping that some of the improvements I want will end up in the new stage builder, if it turns out to be a real thing.